Hey Cancers, welcome to March 2019. I hope you guys are doing well. So I have some great news for you guys. This is going to be an excellent month, and now is the time to invest. So whether that's investing money, time, energy, power, attention, whatever it is that you have a surplus of, it's time to put it into a pocket or a place where you know it will grow. Use your intuition, because that's what you guys are gifted with, is incredible intuition. Use your intuition when it comes to this investment, even if it's investing in a person, deciding to pay for somebody's tuition application or college application, something along those lines that's just going to show the people that you care about and show the universe that you are willing to invest back in order to see a return on that investment. Because you guys are doing really well. Things are looking really well. You guys are finally at a place of calm and financial security where you're able to just take a deep breath, because you know that on the horizon, things are expanding in a positive and very abundant way. You guys have been working on yourselves for so long that this is now the time to just see how much you've grown through an investment, through looking back in a positive way. So let's see what else is going on for Cancers for March 2019. Thank you. Okay, so you guys are moving on from something. We have a young fire sign. So when I say young, I mean younger than you in body, mind, or spirit. So it could be mentally younger, emotionally younger, or physically younger. Actually, I think everybody is going to be emotionally younger than a Cancer. You guys are the cardinal signs, and you guys are a water cardinal sign. So you guys pretty much are at the top of the totem pole when it comes to understanding your very, very deep emotions. So this young water sign, this immature water sign, fire sign, which is Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, is the main culprit in your life this month. This is the main attention-grabbing person. And if it is a Leo, well, any fire sign is going to naturally gravitate toward you, naturally pulling a lot of your attention from you. But this person in the past, you let that attention go and something kind of happened. So now you feel overly responsible. And that could be one of the reasons why you feel like you need to invest some time or money or power back into this person. The obstacle and the aid to this young fire sign is an older, your age or older, air sign. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And this is more of a masculine energy. So not necessarily a man, but masculine energy, air sign. This person is very proud. It's like they wear a crown on their head. They have this regal energy to them. It's probably a past life thing. I bet you this person was an elite class in a past life, and they haven't gotten the memo that this is a new lifetime. So they kind of need to come back down to earth. There's two children in this person's life that really, like, they feel very responsible for, but they've transformed a lot. I'm seeing a spider in front of me, which is weird because it's freezing out. But that spider for me really represents the wisdom and the transformation and the changes. And also kind of, when you think of the 8 legs, you think of somebody doing everything. And that's really, if this is a Gemini, that's really that air energy, which is somebody who knows everything, who has their hand in the pie everywhere and kind of is doing multiple things at once. This person is the obstacle and the aid when it comes to your relationship with the young fire sign. So subconsciously, you guys are doing great. You guys are emotionally fulfilled. You guys feel great. It's been a long time coming, because for a while now, the Cancers have been kind of stuck in this emotional limbo of, where am I going? I want to feel this way, but I feel so stuck in this way of feeling. And now I guess with Pisces season coming, and all the other earth signs and air signs are drowning in the Pisces season energy, but for other water signs, it's going to be really fueling. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air, because when you think of a water sign, a breath of fresh air for a fish is being submerged, and water represents our emotions. So emotionally and subconsciously, you guys are finally feeling okay. You guys are finally feeling emotionally content, like you have a little bit of a grasp on your emotions. Also, because in comparison to the rest of the people in your life, especially the fire and the air sign, they seem completely crazy with their emotions. So you finally seem like the sane one. You're not the moody one, they are, right? It's a nice shift. So you guys are thinking about work. You're thinking about what you've built so far, and you're very proud of that. You want to make plans. You want to create something new. You want new goals, new hopes, and new wishes, something that's very pure, something that you can serve, something that speaks to your soul. So something that is very nurturing to your soul as well. And hopefully it's not this fire sign and air sign that you feel you can't do that. You can't create something positive in your financial forecast because of these two people. And then we also have a young air sign here as well, somebody who has a lot of thoughts. And this person is also affecting your relationship with the fire sign along with this older air sign. So we have two air signs, one fire sign that are really in your life this month, March 2019. Let's see, you guys are in hermit mode. This is how you guys are being viewed, hermit mode. People are like, okay, Cancers are just off on their own. I have a Cancer rising best friend. And yeah, I haven't texted her. I'm like, I know that you're just doing your thing, girl. Like, you're doing well. I know I don't need to like check in on you. I don't want to interrupt you. So if you feel like people aren't coming to you like they usually do and you feel like you're not needed, it's because they're finally giving you what you need, which is a little bit of alone time, which is a little bit of a hermit mode, some rest and some relaxation, where you're not taking on the emotions of absolutely everybody in your life and feeling responsible for them, feeling like you need to help and nurture them. You can finally do some self-care and self-love and turn that focus inward, which is needed. So family and friends, they see the power that you're gaining through this hermit mode. Family and friends are feeling very intimidated by your new sense of power. You've really leveled up in that aspect because you're feeling so emotionally content. And a Cancer who has their emotions in check is going to feel very in control, very powerful. So it's a little bit intimidating. It's a little bit threatening from the people close to you, especially these air signs and the fire signs, because they're not really used to it. They're like, whoa, you know, they know that the Cancer kind of takes on a lot of that, what's like, I guess, I don't want to be sexist. I don't want to say, but more of the more feminine aspects and duties, you know, especially if you're Venus in Cancer, you're going to be mommy homemaker. You know, you're going to want to take care of people. You're going to want to take care of your family and friends because it speaks to your soul. So they see that. And now that you've kind of hermited and you're doing your own thing, taking care of yourself, they're kind of like, well, what do I do? Right? Because there was a little bit of enabling energy that you've been doing for your family and friends for quite some time now. And now that you've pulled back, they're seeing that lack. They're seeing that something's missing. And that's how you're going to shift the energy in these relationships. They kind of need to see what they're missing with you focusing on yourself, so that when you do decide to slowly integrate back into that role of, let me do your dishes and your laundry because I love you and that's how I show I love you, and let me nurture you emotionally because that's how I show I love you. Once you integrate slowly back into that, you're going to feel a lot more appreciated because they're going to be like, whoa, it's like that that show or was it a show where they sent all the women off for a week and it was just chaos. You know, they left the kids with all the men and all the women just took off for a week. It was a show or a special or something. If all the women left, and I think it was based on something true, and it was just absolute chaos. But of course, when those moms and those women came back, and even employees came back into their role and their duties, they were that much more appreciated because that absence truly made the heart grow fonder in a way that you wouldn't expect it. Not in a way of, a relationship, but in a way of, in a love relationship, but in a way of just that natural energy, that natural nurturing energy that you guys exude so effortlessly, that people have taken advantage of for so long. And now they're starting to see, okay, I need that. I need that love. I need that mother hen energy that is kind of giving me that support, right? Because everybody knows that your biggest supporter is going to be your mom, right? Hopefully, if you have a good relationship, hopefully it's your mom, right? So Cancers have that mom, supportive, loving, thoughtful energy. And you are now finally coming into your power within the home and family to show that. And people are seeing that and they appreciate it. So now you can self-care yourself because you're starting to see that your actions do make an impact on the people that you care about. So hope and fear, my favorite cards. You have a hope and fear when it comes to the moon. So as Cancers, you guys know that you are ruled by the moon. I hope you guys know this because I've spoken to a couple of Cancer clients where they don't follow the lunar phases. And for me, it's crazy because for me, the lunar phases have completely transformed my life to follow them. But as a Cancer, you guys are ruled by the moon. So to not follow what's ruling you is just kind of living a life of not knowing where you're going, right? It's like a dog off a leash, where that leash and the owner is the moon that's saying, hey, it's okay to go this way, or it's okay to go that way, or you're going to be feeling like this, you're going to be feeling like that. So I strongly urge you guys to pay attention to the phases of the moon. Don't just look up and see if there's a full moon. Oh, that's why I'm acting crazy. But actually Google it. Google, when's the next new moon? When's the next full moon? What sign is it in? How does that affect me? I posted a video on New Age Nest about how to find where the moon is exactly hitting in your birth chart. So you can actually see, okay, the full moon is hitting me in my finances and it's in Virgo. So it's forcing me to release a lot of the structures and the self-serving attitude I have around my finances and my money. Or let's just say it's a new moon in Taurus in your 7th house. Okay, I know that I can start creating a very grounding and a very foundationally committed and dependable relationship with somebody else. So if you need more clarification, or if I'm going way over your head, please send me an email and I'll try and explain it a little bit better. But as Cancers, you got to follow the lunar phases. It's right there, and it's like a little secret gift that you guys get for being the cardinal water sign. You know, we all have our gifts, but you guys have it the best because it affects everybody. But if you're able to tap into that moon energy, you're going to completely expand yourself. Okay, so, and there's a fear there. I think subconsciously you guys know that if you were to understand your emotions, your very, very deep emotions, it'll transform your life. So there's a little bit of fear there because, as I mentioned a couple times, the Cancers they're cardinal signs, but when you think about a crab, which is your ruling animal, I guess you could say your whatever, the crab will stay in its shell until the shell is literally going to suffocate it, until it's so small that its home is going to suffocate it. And then finally the crab will move into, especially the hermit crab, will move into a shell that is bigger and better and more supportive. So a lot of the times the Cancers will have that fear of change, that fear of recognizing even such a fundamental change, right? Something that will just transform your life in a positive way, but there's still going to be that little bit of a pushback. There's still going to be that hesitancy because your shell hasn't caved in on you yet, right? Okay, so you're going to keep thinking like this month, March 2019, thinking about what you've built so far, what you want to invest back, your plans, your goals, your hopes, your wishes. And what that's going to do is it's going to remind you of a time when you had these goals and somebody screwed you over. Somebody took from you, somebody forced you to do something you didn't want to do, where you felt like you didn't have a sense of freedom, you didn't have a sense of autonomy, and you couldn't make the proper changes. And what that does, since that brings up that memory, you're going to be like, oh, but what that also reminds me of is I knew that person was going to do that. I totally forgot about my intuition. I didn't trust my intuition, and I almost gave my power away to let that person screw me over. Taking ownership will clear it so that going forward, you can invest without that fear of being taken from, okay? Especially if it's from the fire sign and these air signs here, okay? Because now is truly the month, it's spring, time now to invest, to put back your power. I was just telling somebody yesterday that the most financially secure people in the world, the richest people in the world, when they get paid, they pay their bills and they pay their rent, and what's left over, they'll put into an investment, and then what's left over from that is then when they save. Whereas other people, especially if you're not living paycheck to paycheck, they'll get paid, they'll pay their bills and their rent, and then they'll save what's left over, and then not invest, right? Or invest what's left over from the savings. So just changing it all around and maybe scaling back, like really looking at your finances and really scaling back and be like, okay, I don't need this subscription anymore. I haven't read that magazine in years, I don't need this anymore. And then with what you save after you go through your finances, take that money. Don't just let it be like, oh, I have an extra, whatever. Take that money and invest it. I promise you it'll be a positive return on investment if you take this leap of faith to really empower yourself, right? Because that's really what it comes down to. You worked hard for that money. Instead of squandering it on the latest whatever, How about supporting a cause that you align with and that resonates with you, and trusting your intuition by doing some sort of investment, and that'll just empower you back because you're like, oh, now that I've had this positive return on investment, I know that my intuition was totally right about, this up and coming company or something like that. So keep me posted on everything, Cancers. Let me know what you guys are deciding to invest in, whether that's time, money, attention, love, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments. Love you guys so much. And if you want a personalized reading, my details are below. I use astrology and numerology in all my readings. Love you guys, and I will see you in April. Bye, Cancers.